Welcome to Haken, an Animal Crossing podcast, your podcast dedicated to all things Animal Crossing. Episode 207 is brought to you by Norbert, Brittany Kapp'n, and Mark Bridgewater, some of our newest Patreon patrons. This episode is also possible thanks to our producers, For the Whim, Tiger Yuri, and Tab. This week, Nina, Sergio, and I will be giving an overview on all of the new characters who are coming to Animal Crossing New Horizons. We'll be talking about both the special characters and the new villagers. So to begin, hello Sergio, how are you doing?
Hi Chuy, doing pretty good. It's been a good week, and again, it's very nice to see people very excited about Animal Crossing. It's just starting. We have less than a week to go. I cannot wait.
I know, everybody is pumped. It's gonna be awesome. And then, hi Nina, how are you doing?
I'm so excited too. I'm doing good. I've got Friday off, so
Oh, nice.
I'm so excited.
Nice.
Do you still think it's gonna be what did you say, 9 p.m. Eastern on Thursday night?
Right.
Yeah, I think around there, yeah, like either 8 or 9. I don't know. I think it'll be 9. The time change stuff always throws me off. We're getting close to that, and I know
you're right.
Japan doesn't change their time,
So maybe
I don't know
10.
when we are at this point. So, yeah, it's either 8 or 9, maybe 10. I don't know, but it should be Thursday night when the whole thing is live, and I am pumped. We are in the week. We are in update week. It's going to be incredible. So yeah, let's start off by saying hello, everybody. We've got some new artwork for Haken, and I'm actually going to change this over on Twitch so everybody can see.
Yeah.
But we have this wonderful new art. This was created by Qing. It is spelled Qing, and they did such an amazing job on this one. We're going to be celebrating with this artwork for the entire month of, I guess, November, right? Like we are update month. We get this wonderful art for update month. Coffee cups all around with our characters here. So before I turn to both you and Sergio, Nina, I do want to read their statement here. So they said, I need to start off by saying I'm obsessed with mushrooms. I have mushroom mugs, mushroom earrings, mushroom prints, and even a mushroom hat. So when Chuy contacted me about drawing an Animal Crossing fall-themed illustration and mentioned the mushroom picking event, I was already rubbing my hands together with a plan in mind. I drew Shep, Mac, Mallory, and Pango, taking a walk through the forest path and picking mushrooms. Their outfits are all actually items in the game that I thought felt a bit more fall appropriate. I also based the color palette off some of the filters that people like to use for making their villagers extremely cottagecore, so I hope it gives off the feeling of someone's actual town. Anyhow, mushrooms are great, and I can't wait for the event to roll back around in the game. I have not gotten to collecting all the mushroom items yet. So, of course, the mushrooms are starting to pop up here in November. It's the beginning of the month, so you should be able to find 5 mushrooms every single day. I recommend planting regular old cedar trees and regular old hardwood trees, because I think those are the ones they grow around. So be sure to have those on your island. You can always go to some mystery islands, steal some from there. If you don't have like 3 days to grow them, you can just steal them right away. But yeah. Sergio, what do you think of this artwork here?
Oh, it's amazing. I definitely agree about the color palette. You can definitely tell this looks like fall, and it looks very, very detailed. There's detail everywhere. Everywhere you look, there's mushrooms, flowers, trees. It's very well made. I love it.
Yeah, oh my goodness, I love it. Especially, like, I had Shep on my island for a really long time, and he's so much fun. He's such the best part about him is that, like, they really play with the fact that his hair covers his eyes. So I notice he has a lot of dialogue where he gets surprised because every time he does that, his eyeball pops out.
Yes.
Like the hair parts and his little eye pops out. It's adorable. It's one of the cutest things on the planet.
I've always wanted Shep. I think he's so cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, Shep he's a great one. He's a really good villager. Yeah, Nina, how do you feel with this piece of art?
I love this art. And I especially love that the artist mentioned that they put in, outfits that are actually from the game that look very fall inspired. That's such a nice
Yes.
detail. And I love too the little stone circle in the middle. I know that's a super popular code. Like they're not called QR codes anymore, but the custom pathways that people will lay out on their grounds. It looks so good. Oh,
Yeah.
and speaking of mushrooms, I think so. Like, I keep mushrooms all around my island because they're super cute. But I think for mushroom season, you've got to pack those all up or new ones won't spawn. Is that correct, you guys?
I I think you run into that in New Leaf, where if you have too many mushrooms on the floor, no more will spawn. And I don't know if that's the case in this game. I haven't tested it just because like I want to make sure I get mushrooms every single day.
Yeah, you don't
Yeah.
want to get it wrong.
But I think of the years to try it out, this might be the one just because we are getting Kapp'n returning and we're going to be able to go to Mystery Island tours,
True.
you know?
Yeah.
True.
So I imagine one of those is going to be a mushroom island where we can get more mushrooms. So I'm going to test it out this month and definitely see if that is something that happens in this game. Like if we have too many mushrooms on the ground, because I do have like a nice stockpile of mushrooms
Oh,
in
nice.
my closet. So I tend to like pick them up and save them so I can, just use them a little bit later. Maybe craft something, but also I just like how they look, so they're a nice
Yeah.
decoration to just throw on the floor. But I also
Yes.
pick them up because I'm like, don't steal my mushrooms. If somebody comes over,
Someone
I'd
comes
be
to visit.
of everything that you could steal from me, like mushrooms are not okay. Like so many things you can take from my island. I'm just like, no, I don't care. Just take it for sure. But if you take a mushroom, I'm going to be upset. Yeah. So
This art,
anyways,
though. Oh
once
my
again,
gosh.
this piece is so good. It was created by Qing, and they have all their awesome links for Twitter, Instagram, and their website. They're all going to be in the description of the podcast, so be sure to check that out. Maybe one of you can copy and paste it into chat here for Twitch so they can follow them. I cannot at the moment. Too many buttons to keep up with.
I'll try. I'll try.
But yeah, they do honestly amazing work. I saw the first piece I saw by them was this really cute like setting that looked kind of like the Happy Home Designer / Happy Home Paradise cover art, where the house is like cut in half at the front, kind of like
Right.
Barbie Playhouse style thing.
Right.
And you can look at it, and I was like, oh, that'd be a really fun one, because I sent some options. I was like, well, mushrooms are great. I love them, and they also love mushrooms, so they went with that one. But one of my other ideas was like maybe a house where it's like cut in half in the front so you can see like all the
Yes.
villagers celebrating Thanksgiving, like there's different floors, there's the little kitchen. Maybe that one will be one for next year. but
Nice.
but yeah. Anyways, once again, please check out all of their links. They're in the description. And yeah, hopefully you can enjoy their artwork and enjoy this piece of art for the entire month. It should be really fun. Anyways, let's go ahead and hop into the main parts of the show here. So, like I said, we're going to be going over a huge amount of characters today. We're going to go over every single like new character that's getting added in this update. So all of the special characters, all of the villagers, some of these are returning characters that we've seen in the series in the past, and some of these are brand new characters for the game. So we're going to just, take a journey basically through a lot of Animal Crossing history today. So let's go ahead start with the special characters. Nina, you wrote some pretty awesome things about some. The first one is Brewster. I don't think you have a new pigeon fact, Nina.
I don't have any new pigeon facts, but we've got a whole episode of pigeon facts if you want to go back.
Yeah, those pigeon facts were amazing. Big highlight. You can teach them to grade art for you.
You can, yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah.
Amazing.
I need to get a classroom pigeon. That's all I'll say.
That's really all you need.
Yeah.
So as far as Brewster goes, his first appearance was in Wild World, and every game since he's worked as a barista, or really just, owner of the roost, CEO, owner, head of the world, those things. But it's not. So I guess we've done a whole thing on Brewster. We don't have to go too deep into Brewster, but let's go ahead and talk about Kapp'n. Nina, take it away here.
Oh, Kapp'n. So Kapp'n is our resident boating Kappa monster. He's not a turtle, even though I know he's got a little shell on the back. And his first appearance was from Animal Forest Plus. So, Chuy,
Oh.
do you want to give like the deep dive about the first few Animal Crossings?
Yes. So the first four Animal Crossing games are very confusing. The very first Animal Crossing was called Animal Forest. It released on the Nintendo 64. And then from there, it got ported to the GameCube, which is known as Animal Forest Plus. These two games only exist in Japan. So the N64 version was Japanese, and then it got ported to the Japanese GameCubes. It wasn't until after that first GameCube port that it got ported over to the States, and a lot of things actually got added between every single iteration of these. But anyways, Animal Forest Plus was the second first Animal Crossing game.
Yes.
And then Animal Crossing Population Growing was the third first Animal Crossing game, but it was the first one in the States. And then there's a fourth version of this game when, after all of those updates, Japan was like, those are pretty awesome updates. Let's make a final version called Animal Forest E Plus and put that on the GameCube as the final version of Animal Crossing, which once again is only in Japan. So three of
Right.
the four Animal Crossings can only be found there and enjoyed in the Japanese language. But yeah, Nina, that is the confusing story of the first game.
There you go. So he's from Animal Forest Plus, and has had lots of past careers. He worked first as a boatman, which we know him as for New Leaf also.
Right.
He worked as a taxi driver in Wild World, which he had this cute little brown taxi. Then he got either promoted or demoted to a bus driver in City Folk, not sure. And then again in New Leaf was a little boatman. So he's really talkative. He's kind of known to chat you up throughout your journey, and he loves to sing songs, which is really fun. He was a little bit cringy in New Leaf for me as a female player. I don't think his dialogue was as terrible if you were a male player, but I'll leave it at that. I don't want to get too deep into it. But he's pretty beloved because he's been around so long. What are your
Yes.
guys' thoughts on Kapp'n?
Yeah, I agree. He's like a staple of the series. He's very unique. I love his songs, his sea shanties. Yeah, I love his personality too. He's very chipper, very very happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've always been a fan, but at the same time, like I've now seen like the New Leaf interactions when you're not playing as a guy, and I'm just like, oh, this is pretty questionable, Kapp'n. But overall, he's got a really fun history to the game. The first game that I saw him in was, of course, the GameCube version, and it was a really strange way that you saw him in that game. Basically, there's a dock at the South Beach. I guess for anybody who hasn't played the GameCube game, the entire bottom of the map is beach, and then the rest is like cliff sides. Like you don't have beaches going all around the map, for example.
Right.
And so there's only 5 acres of beach at the very bottom, and on the very far right acre, you do have a little dock, but nothing is there. There's a sign that says if you plug in a Game Boy Advance to the GameCube, Kapp'n will appear, something along those lines. And so I had a bunch of little GBA connector things. I still have a bunch, and I have a couple GBAs on my desk right now. But when you do connect them to the GameCube, Kapp'n appears, and Kapp'n will take you to this island. And this island is unique in the sense of like it's a very small area. It's like a little sliver of land basically, but there's two houses there. One is like a special 16th villager, if you will. That's like you only get one extra villager, and the villagers on this island were unique to the island. Like you couldn't get them on your town. Like you
Right.
could only get them on the island. Mine, I had Bliss, and she's actually been renamed to Caroline. She's the little red
Oh.
squirrel.
Oh.
And they
Yeah,
all
so-
were kind of tropical looking too, weren't they?
Yeah, they were very tropical looking. That was basically their theme. Like they were island villagers.
Right. Right.
And then the second house on that was just like an extra little house that you could use as like storage or decorate in some other way. I used it as storage because the first game has no storage, and you really struggle in that one to hold all of your things. So yeah, it was a really cool, interesting thing. And there was even like a little mini game that you could play on the Game Boy Advance to get like
Yes.
extra bells and stuff. It was a cool experience. And then after that, of course, he does the taxi driver thing,
Yeah.
the bus driver thing. It's really cool that he gets
Yeah.
like, of all the characters as we listed them out, I was like, man, Kapp'n's done a lot of different little travel gigs.
Oh, and then in New Leaf, he has a family all of a sudden too.
Yeah. Yeah, you get to meet his whole little family, his little daughter who rips you off more than Tom Nook does.
I'm
It's
interested
amazing.
to see if they have like a little cameo or something.
Hopefully.
Oh, it'd be adorable. I know. So they did confirm that like some characters that you scan in using the amiibo phone will bring some surprise guests,
Ooh.
And so like we know the Able sisters, if you scan one of them, they're going to bring their sisters along. I'm like, what happens when you scan in Kapp'n? Are we going to see his family here?
Oh, and is Isabel gonna bring Digby?
I know.
Ooh.
Or
Oh my
Lottie.
goodness.
Nice, yeah.
Digby in a
Lottie
raincoat
and Digby.
specifically.
Yes.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's true. No, Lottie's gonna bring Lyle, her uncle.
Yes,
well,
yes,
okay,
please.
I guess that's fine. Maybe Lottie and Digby. I mean, Lyle and Digby.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I don't know if you had anything else to say about Kapp'n, or if we should move forward.
Well, I have a Kappa fact for you guys. Are you ready?
Oh,
Yes.
can't wait. Let's hear these Kappa facts.
Okay. Also, if you listeners want to look up Japanese Kappa monsters, some of it is adult content. So Google with care. Okay.
In other words, there's stuff we could not include about them in this show.
Yes. But here's a family Kappa fact. Kappas have like depressions in their head, like bowls that hold water, and it stores like all their strength when they are outside of the water on land. And so one way to defeat a trickster Kappa, because they can be not very nice sometimes, is to bow deeply to them. Because they follow like strict rules of politeness, they will bow deeply back, lose all the water from the top of their head, rendering them incapable of moving, and then you can run away. So, Kappa, Kapp'n, we always see him upright, I guess.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, they can definitely be defeated.
Yeah. There are other ways too, you guys. If you're an
You know
adult,
what?
look them up.
He's pretty risky in this game then, because we saw him like lounging back on his boat and everything. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh man, don't tip too far,
Yeah.
Kapp'n.
Apparently, they sometimes also put on metal hats that will keep the water in.
Oh,
but,
nice,
you
nice.
know.
Oh, good strategy. Good strat. All right. Well, I guess we've got Harriet next, right, Nina?
She's our poodle coiffeur, which is a fancy French word for a hairstylist, even though poodles are German and not French. But her first appearance was in Wild World, and she has always been a hairstylist, correct?
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think she's done another job.
Look, it makes enough money. She's happy. She's doing what she loves. She doesn't need to change around.
It's true. Yeah. I mean, she's making 3,000 bells a day. That's
Yeah.
good money.
Yeah. And in okay, so help me remember. I know in New Leaf she has a cute little store of her own above the Able Sisters where you can change your hairstyle, change your me mask, and change eventually your eye color. In City Folk, she had a store in the city, right?
Yes, she did. Yeah.
And then in Wild World, did she have a store at the top of Nookington? What? Help me remember.
It wasn't at the top, but it was downstairs. But
Okay.
she did join Nookington's whenever you got that upgrade. So it's the
Oh.
final Nook's Cranny iteration, the big Nookington store. And yeah, she just has a little shop in the back left corner on the bottom floor. Like the back right takes you upstairs, the back left takes you to the, I guess, Shampoodle. And
Yeah.
it's kind of cool that she's gone from basically having a little built-in shop that's included in something existing to having her own space. And we get that wonderful little, I guess, theme music for her shop. It's one of the cutest
Yes.
ones.
Yes.
It makes me
Yeah.
think of like a little, I don't know, shopping at a grocery store or
Yeah.
something. Like a little mini mart.
Very cute. She has some sort of relationship with Harvey. We're not sure what
Yes.
kind.
Yeah. I wanted to ask both of you, Harriet is famous for asking questions and, diving into our personalities to give us haircuts. When you would go to Harriet, would you look up a guide or would you just like answer her questions honestly?
Oh, 100% I would look up a guide because if you answered honestly, you'd end up with the worst hairstyle in the world.
So you have an ugly personality is what you're saying.
Yeah, it's true. I don't know if you knew this about me.
No, honestly, same. So I always made it a point to always answer honestly, at least on the first try.
Yes.
Like when I do that.
Yes.
Then
Yeah.
I like to go pretty systematically through the rest of the answers where I'm like, all right, AAB, AA.
Oh, and just to see.
Yeah, just to like go through all of the hairstyles. But the first time I'd always go like, here is my personality. Why do I look like Guy Fieri? Sergio,
That's
what would you do?
incredible.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely with you. The first time I answer honestly, and I end up with something pretty horrible for me. And then when I look up a guide and I choose the answers that match the hairstyle that I like, I end up saying I'm a rebel for life, which I'm really not. At least not for life. So yeah, it's very different. I would never think to answer that way to get the hairstyle I want. So I definitely need the guide.
Yeah, I mean, they need a new answer for you, like part-time rebel.
Yeah.
Like not for life, just like part-time on the side.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Nina, do you have a poodle fact for us?
I do have a poodle fact. Are you ready?
Nice. Yes.
Okay, poodles have hair and not fur.
Ah.
Their hair never stops growing and does not shed, so it's more like human hair than dog fur, which is the perfect reason for Harriet to be such an amazing
Wow,
hairstylist.
that's awesome.
That's amazing.
Isn't that cute?
Yeah. Okay, now, what's the difference between hair and fur?
So fur grows to a certain length and then sheds off.
Oh.
But poodles, that's why they have to get their hair cut so often, because it never stops growing.
Neat. I did not know that, and I learned something every time there's poodle
Yeah.
facts.
Look, if I don't love a random fact that's super useless, I don't know who I am anymore.
Man, I
It's
wish I
true.
had fur because I don't like haircuts. Like every
No.
2-3 months I need to get. I wish I had fur.
You can just start
It would
shaving.
just shed
I
on its
guess.
own.
Haircuts are stressful for me just because I'm like, please don't mess up my hair.
Oh no, you guys gotta learn to do it yourself.
Oh man, no. That'd be even worse. So speaking of hair, let's go to our hairless friend, Tortimer. kind of a
Aw.
reptilian buddy here. He is our ancient tortoise leader. I love these descriptions you wrote for them, Nina.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, interestingly enough, Tortimer is a character who also did not appear in the first Animal Crossing that was N64. He
Ah.
appeared in Animal Forest Plus, which is, confusingly the second iteration of that first Animal Crossing. His past careers included a mayor and then a retired old man with an island. The original Squid Gamer.
Yes. He was like, come people to my island and play these games.
Exactly. Like that's exactly who that character was based off of, Tortimer. So anyways, Tortimer is a really funny kind of character. The first time I met him was in the GameCube game, and his question at the beginning is always like, who do you respect the most in your family? And he'd give you like a little props if you say your grandpa, because he's like, oh yeah, this kid knows what he's talking about. And then the other cool thing about Tortimer is, he recently he was thought to be dead, to be
Yes.
honest with you. So it's really nice to see that he's officially returning and he's going to have a place on our islands, well, Harv's Island. So I guess, Nina, what was your first experience with Tortimer?
So my first game was Wild World, and he was the mayor in that. And I think he kind of pulls the same kind of question, Wild World, when you're first signing up to be a resident. He's like, what kind of animal do you respect the most? And I think it's like a raccoon, a fox, a turtle. And if you say turtle, he's really excited, even though he's a tortoise. But I guess they're cousins. But he's so lovable, and like he's so insecure with being mayor and being in charge, even though no one is really trying to take the job from him, except for in New Leaf, I guess. But
Yeah.
he's just lovable. He's adorable.
Yeah, I mean, I think he stepped down willingly, which
Yeah.
at first,
Yes.
in Wild World, he has this character that's very focused on like being reelected, especially like in the movie.
Yeah.
You get
Yes.
that part of his character a lot. And we're just like, oh, Tortimer's getting kind of old. Should we reelect this guy? Yeah. Sergio, what was your first experience with Tortimer?
It was in the GameCube one. I was a teenager back then, so I kind of figured, oh, this is just an old guy, with old guy personality. But as I'm older now, I kind of I kind of relate to him a little more. I'm not all the way there yet, but yeah, I can see why he acts the way he does.
Yeah.
Gosh.
One cool thing that happened with Tortimer in that first game, the first game was really full of some weird quirks and everything, but during the summer, Tortimer would go on vacation for a week and would ask you to turn
Oh.
on
Yes.
the lighthouse every night. And I think I'd never accomplished it for some reason. I was always bad at it, like remembering to go and turn it on. But if you turned on the lighthouse every single day for that week, you would get a prize at the end. And to this day, I don't know what that prize is because I won't look it up. I won't look it up, and I need to accomplish that goal for once.
Nice.
Yeah, you got to go back and do it. Can
Yeah.
either of you tell us a little bit about Cornamore also?
Oh, yeah. So Cornimer was in Wild World, and basically there was this event that had you collecting acorns, which have recently made an appearance once again
Yes.
in New Horizons as a crafting material. But acorns, you could get acorns that weren't rotten and then acorns that were. But basically, there was just a bunch of cool little items that you would get from Cornimer as you would collect these acorns and give them to him. So, yeah, it's such a distant memory too. I don't even remember what the prizes were at
Yeah.
this point.
I feel like I remember him pretending really hard that he wasn't Tortimer, even though it's like super obvious in the game. Am I making that up? Do you guys remember that at all?
Yeah, it's definitely the case.
Okay. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
And I forget if it was one of those cases where like you could see it was a mask if you talked to him from behind or something, and he was like,
Oh,
"No, talk to me from the front" or something. Kind of zipper T bunny
yeah.
style, you know? Yeah, Cornimer is a fun one.
Well, do you guys want a tortoise fact?
Ooh,
You know it.
yes.
This one's cool. So there was a tortoise named Harriet, actually, who lived from 1830-ish to 2006, which means
Whoa.
that she was not only taken care of by Charles Darwin, but she was also cared for by Steve Irwin.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, she was a Galapagos tortoise that Charles Darwin, I guess, stole from her home, but she was happy, so it's okay.
That's like almost 300 years old.
Almost 300. Is
Yeah,
that the
because that's
math,
like,
Chewy?
yeah. No, almost 200. Sorry.
It's like 170 something.
Yeah,
Right.
170 something. I went the wrong way for a second. Yeah, amazing.
Yeah.
But-
I mean, she knew some celebrities. She was a good little
Yeah.
tortoise girl.
That's a fun one. Well, do you want to take us into the next character, Nina?
Yes, our psychic panther Katrina, who first showed up in the very first Animal Forest Dobutsu no Mori game. She is so interesting and so mysterious, and has always worked as a fortune teller. So I can't talk about her from Animal Forest. What do you guys remember about those first games?
The thing with Animal Forest is that they were basically, it was really rare to get a visitor like this. I think it was like maybe once a month or something you'd get
Oh,
like
wow.
one visitor. I don't know. It felt like a really long wait between each visitor. And they would basically show up in random acres. And you would find this information out by going and talking to Copper over at the police station. He'd be like, well, you could say, "Hey, any goings on?" And then Copper would be like, "Oh, yeah, we've got somebody coming by town around this date and this time." Because I think there were also like times
Oh,
set,
wow.
like when you had to visit and everything. They were like Crazy Red, who was back then Crazy Red, ran the black market with black crossed out. His shop wouldn't open until like 7 or something. So you had to
Right.
like, they were very time specific back in the day. And so I don't know if Katrina had that sort of thing. She was one that I didn't run into so much, but it was partly just because like it's really hard to run into some of these characters in
Right.
the older game.
Right.
But yeah, once again, same thing. She was doing the fortune teller thing, and I don't know. I don't know if anybody had good luck in that first game. It was
No.
difficult.
And she traveled. Okay, in New Leaf, she had a little shop that was very hard to unlock. It was like the last one you would unlock,
Yes.
right?
Right.
Because she would travel and you had to visit her a certain like 15 times or something like that.
20, I think. I think
20?
you had to get 20 fortunes on your town. But a pro tip, each fortune told that day counted as one. So you could do one as like 4 different characters if you had 4 characters on your place.
Oh.
And you could invite people.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah. So just you and your 19 friends come on over to
Oh,
one
wow.
island or one
Incredible.
town, I guess, and you'll be able to get her in one swoop.
Wow, that's crazy.
I feel like I remember in Wild World, she had a tent that would show up randomly in the square. Is that right?
Yes. Yeah. Basically, everybody showed up right in front of the town hall building.
Yeah. And then in City Folk, she had like a back alley entrance, didn't she? That was only open at night also.
Yes. I think her shop was open at night, like when she would take people. I don't know if it was quite at the back alley, but it was like kind of stuffed in the corner behind the hair salon.
Okay. Yeah. She's always been very mysterious. She's got spells that may or may not be real. Like in some games, she looks like it's actual real magic, and in other games, there's kind of hints that she's kind of a trickster with like stage props dropping behind her and things.
Yeah.
So we're not quite sure what's going on with Katrina, but she's amazing. And I have a Panther fact if you guys are ready.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yes.
Okay, so panthers are not actually cats. They're a genus of cats. So it's many types of cats that can be panthers, including jaguars and leopards. So panther is kind of a misnomer, sort of. But both panthers or leopards can have enough melanin in their skin and or hair to be considered black. But even black panthers or jaguars or leopards still have spots when they're black, which is super
Oh,
interesting.
nice.
Yeah.
Oh. I like
Yeah.
the spots. They're cute.
Yeah, they're really cute. And I love if you look closely at Katrina, you can tell she's not the same as the cat villagers because of her ears. They're like a different shape. They're not those super tall
Oh, right.
triangles.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
They're a little more round.
Yeah, that's true. Huh. I'm just like realizing that too.
Yeah. She's an interesting lady.
Yeah.
I love Katrina.
Yeah, I'm excited for her to come back. I was never huge on the Fortune. It's just because I don't know, I guess I didn't get too much out of it, but I'm like I really want to give it a go in this game and play with like the fortune and luck aspect. So I guess next we have Reese and Cyrus, right? So Reese and Cyrus are a funny one because they are in New Horizons at least
Right.
just through June. So June they would have the wedding season. You could find them at Harv's. You can do their little game, dress them up, throw them a nice wedding, take some photos and everything. But it's just not great. I mean, it's fine. We get some items and things, but it's really nice that we are having them return officially and give us some sort of gameplay element. And specifically, they're going to be there to, I guess, customize all of the stuff that we couldn't customize before. And that's going to be a huge lifesaver for people. I know it. So, yeah, I guess their past careers, they first appeared in New Leaf and they ran retail.
Yes.
I always was okay with their name, but I was like, why not go with like Recycle Shop? Like they're always supposed to be like little puns and stuff. Like put Cyrus
Yeah.
in there a little bit, you know? I think they're like our Parkers
Yes.
in Japan,
which is incredible.
it's so cute. We should have kept that. Like our Parkers
Yes.
is adorable.
Yes, their store was called Our Parkers because if you say alpaca with a Japanese accent, it sounds like Our Parka, which is why their store name was Our Parkers. I love that. And their names are Reese and Cyrus because it's recycle, sort of.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So we need their little baby character too, though.
Yes, yes.
Yes, the little purple
Yeah.
baby that our mod drew up the cutest one, Verity. Have you guys seen it?
Yeah, I remember it. It was
Oh
adorable.
my gosh. So cute.
Yeah. So the fun thing about their little shop is that they were kind of a two type of shop thing going on. They could customize things. Cyrus would do all the customization for items in that game. Took a while. You had to submit something, wait 30 minutes, come back, and then pick up your item, submit another thing. It was a pain. And there weren't like pictures for everything either, so you had to like just cycle through them and be like, oh, this is not the color I want.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's try something else. A little bit of a pain. But then the other side of their shop was basically like a consignment shop where you would put stuff up for sale and they would they would sell stuff for you. Your villagers could come in and buy it, or other players could visit you and buy it as well, which I really like that aspect. Like the whole concept of their shop is very like reduce, reuse, recycle, and I am all about that.
Yeah, it's a cute little store too.
So I guess Nina. Do you have any facts for us?
I do. I do. This is one of the weaker facts. I apologize. But alpacas can make a multitude of noises. They hum when they're happy. They shriek and spit when danger is present. They work when they're excited. And males scream when they fight. They can also make like a crying sound, like a warbler bird. So they're
Oh wow. Yeah.
multi-talented.
I love it. I love it. They're little. They should go and sing some songs with KK Slider. Is what you're saying.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we need voice acting in Animal Crossing just for this.
For reals. All right, Nina, tell us about your
Lottie.
favorite little otter
Ooh.
here.
Oh, you guys, Lottie's my favorite. Our stylish decorating consultant otter. So I think she and Lyle are river otters because we have a sea otter. Oh my gosh, what's our sea otter friend's name?
Pascal.
Yes, thank you. Pascal
And
is
there's
a
only
sea
one.
otter.
There's only room in the ocean for one
That's
otter.
true. And their designs are pretty different, even though they're both
Yes.
otters. So I
Yes.
think
Yeah.
that's super cool. But Lottie first appeared in Happy Home Designer, and then also made like a special appearance in the Amiibo, Welcome Amiibo update for New Leaf. But she is the
Right.
cutest little pink otter who has a super upbeat personality. But I feel like she's a little more down to earth too. Like she makes mistakes, kind of like Isabel. Also, I think one of my favorite things about her is in game when she's at work, she has little eyelashes, like she has makeup on, and then if you scan her in and she's at home, like in her cozy clothes, her eyes are just little dots instead, like she doesn't have
Yeah.
mascara on. It's the cutest little detail, and I think that's what really endeared me to her. So I know she doesn't have a lot of fans, but I'm a big Lottie fan.
Really?
She also has a huge crush on Digby. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I really like her. And, there are a lot of people who aren't fans of Lyle as well, which is her
Yeah.
uncle. And I'm just like, I don't know, Lyle, it's just such a good character that they
Yes.
built up. Just like sleazy insurance salesman. He gives that vibe so well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't help but be like, yeah, you guys nailed it.
Yeah, when you talk to Lyle, you're gonna have a good time. Just make sure you actually have that time because you're gonna need it.
You are. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they balance each other out well because she's so genuine and he's a little skeezy. So it's cute.
I mean, everybody needs that skeezy uncle,
It's true.
That's the
very
only
true.
goal I strive for. Just being
To-
that.
To be the skeezy uncle?
Exactly.
Oh, no.
Yeah, Lottie is looking really great in Happy Home Paradise. Her new little dress that she's wearing is adorable. I'm excited to just go and hang out with her, go decorate some homes. I think
Yes.
it's nice to see her come back. And just like the strangest thing with her character too is like she's one of those few Animal Crossing characters who was introduced through a spin-off.
Yeah.
They're like not a lot of those. We basically have like Lottie and then the OK Motors crew.
Ah,
Is there anybody outside of that? I think that's it. Like they're
yeah.
brand new characters that have only been introduced through spin-offs. So this is like still her coming into a game as a spin-off, like this is a
Yeah.
DLC, it's extra feature and everything, but it is a lot more connected to our main title.
Right.
So it's nice to know that she's going to be like in a mainline game in a much better way than she was in, say, New Leaf, where she was
Yes.
barely
Yeah.
in it.
Yes.
Well, and even in Pocket Camp, she kind of is still like a spin-off character because it's not like she's part of the campsite.
Yes,
It's like
correct.
this extra little game you can play each day. It's so
Yeah.
she always is kind of a little sidekick. That's her
Yeah.
Lottie in life.
Her Lottie in life. She's cute, though. I'm glad she's back.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I have an otter fact.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Otters are considered keystone species, which I think is very cool, which means they are critically important to their area's ecosystem. Especially sea otters will eat underwater creatures like urchins and things that can overgraze. And so they are essential in keeping our sea kelp forests thriving.
Aw,
Ah.
Isn't that
they're
cute?
doing
They're really
they're doing some good
adorable.
work.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm.
Awesome. Well, I guess we're down to just a couple more characters, Nina, and I don't think we have too many things on these since they're brand new, right?
That's true. They are brand new, which is exciting. We've got Nico, who, okay, so I've done some research trying to figure out what kind of animal he is. As far as I can tell, he looks like he might be a vervet monkey, which I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that type of animal. He does kind of also look like a gibbon, but he has a tail, and gibbons do not have tails, so not sure. But he's like our new real estate scout who works with Lottie. And so he's our first appearance. New Horizons, Happy
Yes.
Home Paradise. He's
Yeah.
so cute and tiny.
Yeah, I wrote down the whole title for the game here. It's called Animal Crossing New Horizons Happy Home Paradise.
There
Just
you
the
go.
title that keeps on going.
Oh man.
Yeah, so like I said, we don't know much about him, but we do see him kind of show up with you at locations and stuff. So it seems like he's pretty, connected to the real estate market and everything and making sure just all of your jobs are going smoothly. So
Yeah.
Nico is adorable. He's like such a
Yes.
cute new character. And sometimes I just see these characters come up and I'm just like, why? Why don't you make these villagers that we can get? Like after
I
seeing a lot
know.
of like the new special characters and stuff, I'm just like, the villagers are kind of basic. Like we need some designs that really step it up,
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
they definitely go like a simplified style with the villagers so you can fit like as many color palettes into like one I guess character design,
Yes. Right. Right.
Yeah.
but I'm like, maybe we need to step away from that for a little bit. Give people some more distinguishing looks.
He's so fluffy.
Yeah.
He also looks very jumpy in the direct. Like he seems to be
Yeah.
leaping a lot because he's so little, like he's trying to reach things. I feel like he's the smallest special character we've gotten. We've got like
Yeah.
super tall Gracie and now Nico.
Yeah.
I'm wondering, is he smaller than Katie when she was like a little kid
Oh,
visiting us?
I don't
Oh, Daisy
know.
May's pretty small too.
That's true. She's got those
Yeah.
turnips on her head though.
Layla, also small.
That's true. Okay, I take it back, Chewy. I'm sorry. You're right.
Well, I'm just thinking about it now. But you know what? Daisy May, she does grow in length by the length of her little snot that's coming.
It's not going up.
But like if you were to stretch her entire body out, the snot would account for at least double the size, right?
Please no. Oh my gosh. All right, hold on. I
oh,
can't.
I think you have a fact before we move on to
I
the last
do.
one.
I do have a fact. Okay. And again, not sure if he's a vervet monkey. So if you're in the Discord or if you want to leave a comment, guessing what kind of monkey Nico is, please go ahead. But my
We need
vervet
you
monkey fact.
monkey experts.
Yeah, we need what are monkey experts called? We also need to know that. Tell us what that word is. But if he is a vervet monkey, they are agile and adaptable. They live like in lots of different types of regions across southeast Africa. But they're also known as pests because they love to steal crops from farmers. So
Oh.
now that we have, some crops growing in our islands, we're gonna have to make sure
Oh,
Nico
man.
does not come.
Yeah, better watch out.
He's got to stay on his his little islands. What is
Yeah.
that thing called? Archipelago? No.
Now I can't think of it. Archipelago.
There you go. There you
Yes.
go.
There you are. All right. So our last character, I've been calling him Wardle because it's like, what's the other one? Wendell. Some people
Yeah.
might say Wardell.
Yeah.
But I've just been going with Wardle, and I think of Turtle every time. War
Oh.
Turtle.
Yeah, he's
yeah.
our currency exchange manatee, it seems like.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like he'll be running that new little shop with our new Pokey or Pocky currency.
Yeah.
I'm excited to talk to this one. Seems like he's like the quieter of the two
Oh yeah.
characters, right?
He's
Yeah.
so cute. And it
And once
looks
again,
like, oh, sorry,
oh,
go
I
ahead.
wanted to say real quick, first appearance, New Horizons, Happy Home Paradise update.
Wait,
I'm
you got to
excited.
say the whole title.
Animal Crossing New Horizons Happy Home Paradise
Nice.
There you
on the
go.
Nintendo Switch family of systems.
So, and it looks like he only sells 3 things at a time. I hope that changes, but we'll see. I don't know. But he's a manatee. If you guys haven't guessed, you can definitely tell from his like little nose face that he's a manatee. He's so cute. I love him. So I've got a manatee fact, but I don't know. Do you guys have anything else you want to add about Wardell?
I don't know. I'm excited to meet him. That's
Yeah,
it.
and like
Yeah.
to find out more about his personality.
Yeah, we didn't really get to see him talk a lot.
Right.
But we'll
Yeah.
see. So manatee fact. Despite having the appearance of like large amounts of blubber on their bodies, manatees cannot tolerate cold water very easily. So in the winter, they find water that is fed by hot springs to stay warm and cozy in like the warmish water, which is
Oh.
adorable to me.
That's
They're
where
like-
I would try to be.
Yeah, indoor creatures. That's why Wardell works on, the tropical island.
Ah, true.
That's true. That's a good connection. All right. So I have one question for both of you before we move on to the villagers. We've already gone for so long just going through all these special characters. But who is your favorite new or returning special character? And I guess I want to give a new one and returning one. I will die for Nico. Nico is so cute.
Yes. Yes.
So glad you like him.
And then Reese and Cyrus, I think, just like, I love their concept. I love that they're going to give us the ability to just customize all of the stuff we couldn't customize before. I think just having them back is going to be really nice for this game. Yeah. Sergio, who are your favorites?
From the new ones, definitely Nico. I'm with you. As soon as I saw, I'm gonna need a Nico plush. That's how much I like
Aw.
him. Definitely.
Yeah.
For the returning ones, I'm going with Brewster, and I've always liked him in the past games for sure. But if you think about it, we can kind of thank Brewster for this big update in a way. We knew about him. We knew about the update because of him. So yeah, I feel like he brought us the 2.0 update. So thank you, Brewster. It's nice to have you back.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm glad that he's coming back. Nina, who are your faves?
I mean, obviously Lottie is my favorite returning character, and I'm gonna have to cheer for Wardell because you guys are Nico lovers over there. Wardell, the little manatee. I'm so excited to get to know him, and I just think his little body is so cute. I think he's so cute. I would like a plushie of him because it would be cozier.
Oh my goodness. I need plushies of all the new characters.
Yeah.
On my shelf I have Flick and CJ. I'm just like, where's my Daisy May? Come on, make me
Aw.
some Daisy May. Make me Nico. Make me Wardell. I need them all. They're so cute. That has been all the special characters. Let's go ahead and move into talking about the new villagers that are coming into the game. So, in total, we are getting 16 new villagers. These are a mix of brand new characters that we've never seen before and returning characters that have not made an appearance since the very complicated first through fourth iterations of Animal Crossing on the GameCube / N64. Anyways, confusing. But as far as brand new villagers go, we have Sasha, who is a lazy rabbit. We have Ione, who is a normal squirrel. We have Tiansheng, who is a jock monkey. We have Shino, the peppy deer. Marlowe, the cranky hamster. Petri, the snooty mouse. Cephalobot, the smug octopus. Quinn, the Uchi eagle or sisterly. Then, for the returning villagers, we have Chabwick, the lazy penguin, Zoe, the normal anteater, Ace, the jock bird, Rio, the peppy ostrich, Fret, the cranky dog, Azalea, the snooty rhino, Roswell, who's currently a lazy alligator. We'll see what they turn out to be later. And Faith, that is currently, I think, a normal koala, and it might be a sisterly in this new one. We haven't gotten complete confirmation on those two quite yet. They might change to smug and sisterly. But I made a video last week that kind of went over a little pattern that we found with the amiibo cards as they're coming out. And I did kind of just stumble upon what their personalities were going to
Ah,
be.
nice.
Funny enough, thanks to Medi. I want to give a shout out to Medi too, who sent it to me. And at first I was like, I mean, it could happen. And then I looked at it more and I was like, oh no, I think this is real. This has to happen. So yeah, I guess the new characters, I'm really excited about them. I want to ask both of you, who is your favorite of the new or returning characters? For me, I really like Sasha, the lazy bunny. I am very excited for just I don't know. They have such a unique look and personality to them. Just like seeing them, they were definitely a surprise for me. I would have pegged them as like a female sisterly villager, but they're a
Yes,
male
right.
lazy villager, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Sergio, I guess who's your favorite of this group?
Of the group for the new ones is Ioni, right? I believe that's how it's pronounced.
think
To
Yeah.
me, it's sort of the opposite of Sasha. Like when I saw Ioni, I thought, oh, maybe this is a lazy villager, but no, it's a normal squirrel, and I think she looks pretty nice.
Yeah. Yeah. The space tail is amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Galaxy squirrel tail. And then I think you had one written down for like returning as well, right?
Yes, I definitely like Faith because I like koalas, and it's nice to have her back. She looks pretty nice. I hope she's sisterly because that's my favorite personality, at least from the female villagers. But yeah, if she's sisterly, she's gonna be in Castaño, guaranteed.
Awesome. I also really like the koalas. I think they're just really cute characters a lot of the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Nina, who's your favorite?
I'm always looking to add more pirates to my island. And I think that Shino is like just spooky enough to be a good pirate. And then also Ioni could like map out our ship route using her, star chart tail. So I think either of them would be I like those a lot.
Yeah, her tail's the map, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are great ones. And then I did want to ask both of you, were you surprised by the personalities of the 8 brand new villagers specifically? I think for me, I was definitely surprised by some of them, others not so much. I remember watching, I think, Froggy Crossing's video with her boyfriend where they were ranking all the new villagers and they kept calling Petri a boy. And I was like,
Yeah.
I don't think Petri's a boy. I think that's going to be a little girl mouse. And then I was right about that one. Snooty, I didn't guess at all, but as far
Yeah.
as their personalities and stuff. But yeah, there were just a lot of surprises. So I really thought they'd go a different direction with some of them, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess, Sergio, what surprised you?
Yeah, I agree. When you first look at them, you're kind of already thinking which ones they're gonna be. I think like a couple of them are a little predictable. Like we were able to put them together pretty quickly, but like you said, for the most part, they're very different. And I think that's nice because that definitely changes things. We don't just get new villagers with personalities that we could tell right away. These are pretty different, and I like that for sure.
Yeah, I like that a whole lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nina, what did you think here?
Yeah, I was surprised too. I thought that Petri was a boy also. Love that Sasha is a boy. I thought Ioni would be snooty possibly, and Shino does not look peppy to me. And I also thought Shino might be a boy because of the horns. But I love that they have kind of switched this up on us, and that we just can't judge a book by the cover. It's perfect.
Yeah, but I don't know. I guess the other thing with like the horns with Shino, I was like, well, there's Julia,
Yeah, the
the
peacock.
who has like the male coloring that peacocks have, but is not a male villager. So for me, I was like, oh yeah, I don't know if I expected them to be different. I guess I expected a snooty type out of Shino.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Peppy, though, is one of my favorite personalities. So,
Really?
yeah, I really like them. They're
Yes.
cute. They have this fun little, like, video game playing dialogue a lot of the time.
Oh,
So,
cute.
I think they're cute.
Yeah.
All right. My big question here, what personalities would you give the 8 new villagers? For me, I didn't mention this earlier, but I thought they'd go in the direction of like filling out the smug and sisterly personalities a lot more, since those personalities were added in New Leaf, so they're brand new, and therefore they have a lot less characters in that portion of the game, you know? So I thought they would use this lineup to basically fill those out more, give them more sisterly personalities, more smug personalities to kind
Yeah.
of like start balancing the game out more in that direction.
Right.
But yeah, that was my expectation. Obviously, it didn't happen, but yeah, what did you think, Sergio?
I think it would be nice to see Tian Cheng as a lazy villager. And
Mm.
also, imagine Sasha as a cranky villager. Oh my gosh, I would love that. Like, look at his eyes and imagine them cranky. That would be amazing.
It would be pretty hilarious, not gonna lie. Nina, what did you think they would be?
I mean, I was thinking that like Marlowe would be smug. He
Hmm.
doesn't I don't know. Something about him wasn't screaming cranky to me. And then I definitely thought Shino would be Uchi or sisterly. I don't know. They all kind of surprised me, kind of except for Qian Shang, actually, Sergio. I read him as Jock immediately, but he
Oh,
would be a
nice.
cute lazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what though? Like now that we bring up Xian Sheng, I also am surprised that another character didn't make a return, and it's one who actually was in the Animal Crossing movie, and it was Champ. Champ the
Yeah.
monkey.
Yes.
Yeah, kind of like a basic monkey design, but a lot of I guess the common theory is that Porter is Champ.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I guess the thought was like, oh, since Porter is not in the game, maybe Champ is going to be in the game, you know?
Right.
But yeah, Champ, still no appearance since I think City Folk. I think he was in Wild World and City Folk, but has not returned since then.
Right.
Mm.
And one of the few characters who's unique to Wild World or City Folk specifically.
Oh,
Oh wow.
yeah.
Yeah, they were not in the games prior to that.
Interesting.
Yeah. So my next question for both of you. Are you hoping to invite any of these villagers to your island, and who? Nina, what do you think here?
Well, I mean, I already said Ioni and Shino possibly, but I also think Roswell would be a super cute pirate. There's a lot of them, and we've got some amiibo card hunting to do.
Yeah.
I can't wait. Yeah, those are really good picks. Roswell especially is one that's on my list.
Yeah.
I've always really liked the alligators, and I don't know, Roswell just seems like, yeah, that's gonna be a fun one to have on mine. And then outside of that, like I want Sasha, Shino, and Azalea. I really like the rhinos quite a bit,
Hmm.
and I think Azalea, if I don't pick Sasha as my favorite, Azalea is probably my favorite.
Yeah, she's cute.
Yeah. Sergio, what do you think here? Are you inviting any of them?
Yes, definitely Faith. If she turns out to be a sisterly villager, definitely she's in Castaño, guaranteed. And also, I'm thinking about Fred because he doesn't look like a
Mm.
cranky first look you get at him, but
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing the cranky side of of Fred. As a maybe, I would also want Sasha and Ioni, but we'll see. I prefer the other two first.
Yeah. Fret is a pretty fun one. I think he used to be named Champagne, but has been
Oh,
since
Oh.
nice.
changed. Yeah. Some characters have gotten name changes. I mentioned one earlier where I had Bliss on GameCube, who was
Mhm.
renamed to Caroline the squirrel
Mhm.
later.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, a fun little factoid right there. My last question for both of you. Are you going to try to get some amiibo cards this Friday? My answer is of course yes. Gotta catch them all. Gotta get every single amiibo card right away.
Yes, nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Are you going for some, Nina?
I'm going to try because I got a sub for Friday, which is incredible. It took me a very long time. But I want to try and wake up early and hit at least one target. I've got the whole day off. So why not at least try? I've never really tried before hunting that kind of stuff. So we'll see what
Ooh,
happens.
good luck.
I don't know. Yeah.
It's gonna be a good portion of my day, which is saying a lot considering like the update is
Yeah.
out Friday.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I gotta make sure I get amiibo cards and then come home and play all day.
Yeah. That's the other thing. I don't want to waste too much time when I could be playing the game and maybe get some, not so legal ones without the effort.
Yeah, maybe we'll see. Sergio, are you gonna go out and get some packs?
Originally I wasn't going to, but there's a new KK. So yes.
Oh.
That's
I mean, I have to.
true.
I'm
That's
gonna
how they
have
get
to.
ya.
Yeah.
And
Nintendo knows.
honestly, once you see that new KK slider design next to like the old ones, you're like, oh man, the new Horizons art style, nice. It's a
Yeah.
nice update.
Yeah.
Ooh, I have to see.
Yeah. Just seeing his card next to the other cards, you're like, oh, this is a nice little look for KK. I'm liking it.
Well, and I like that the Timmy and Tommy one has like one of them in the winter outfit and one of them in the summer outfit. That was a clever way to get both of those in.
Yeah, for sure. That is something that's also unique to this set. Before they were swapping back and forth, like it would go Timmy, Tommy, Timmy, Tommy, and they would be wearing like one of the outfits from New Leaf, like the next one. And this one, they're like, let's just throw them both in there as one card. Funny
Yeah.
enough, they're like the winter outfits on this one and summer outfits, but they didn't do the Nook's Cranny outfit,
Right.
which is also very cute. So
But are they wearing the Nook's Cranny outfit on their amiibo figure? Because it's both of them on the figure, right?
Yes.
yes, but I'm specifically talking Nook's Cranny after it updates to the final version that we have
Okay.
now. It's a different outfit there,
Yes.
Yeah.
and it's adorable. So I'm gonna need another card, Nintendo. Give me more. Give me. That's my biggest disappointment that it's only 48
48.
cards. Because I was like, listen, Nintendo, I made a list. I told you exactly what you could fill this set with, and you didn't do it.
Oh my god.
Next time, let me know what you're up to. I'll help you out. All right, everybody, let's go ahead and move into our Haken's Islander Corner. For those of you who don't know, every single week we ask our patrons on Patreon a question and read their answers out loud here on the show. This week's question, nice and simple one here. Who's your favorite new villager? We already talked about ours, but I guess we'll go Sergio, then me, then Nina.
Sounds good. So Andreas Jens said, Ioni for sure. I just can't stand those galaxy vibes. So excited for her. Yeah, she's a very nice one for sure.
Yeah, I think she's going to be a big popular one. There's some that are definitely coming out in front here as far as
Yeah.
popularity goes. Donnie said, I love Fret. He's so cute, but I would die for Wardle to be an Islander. He is so
Aw.
cute. Yeah, both of those adorable. Great choices.
Zivy says it's so hard to choose, but I have to pick Shino. So beautiful, and their winged eyeliner is totally on point too, which is so true. I think
Yeah.
that they are based off of like the mask. I'm gonna have to look this up, but there's like a Japanese demon mask thing that has crazy eyes like that too, and I think that's what she's based on, or they're based on, which is just so exciting. I love that kind of stuff.
Nice. Someone slot said, the lab rat woman in STEM Petri is my favorite. She gives Dexter's laboratory energy. That's true. That's actually a very good point. Definitely, I can see that totally.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody got to see, but we did get a look at Petri's eyes too.
Yes.
Oh,
They're great. Really great looking mouse right there.
Yeah.
She's cute. I know Bracken Hawk, who runs DIY Crossing, every time the characters come to Pocket Camp, Bracken Hawk does a really good job of like getting them all, looking at them, because Bracken's making custom DIY figures of Animal Crossing characters, villagers, all those things, and so I just love the effort they put into seeing all the characters, what they look like, and trying to get their features as correct as
Yes.
possible, especially as people start trying to get orders for those. So I think they're opening up orders on Thursday this week, or I missed them last Thursday. Whoops. We'll find out. I wanted to get another one. I might have missed it. So Crossing Chap said, to be honest, I'm looking at my island and thinking where any of them would fit. I'm looking at replacing Hamlet, my jock soon, and luckily Tiansheng looks like a lot of fun. Really cheerful and super unique as a villager. Fingers crossed I can get his amiibo. So yeah, really, really fun little option there. And I think the interesting thing is like, yeah, taking into account who is currently on your island and who you want to fit in.
True.
Because for me, I'm just like, oh, in 4 days or whatever, like 3 days after this update comes out, I'm gonna have one of them brand
Yeah.
new. I don't know who I'm gonna scan in first, but I'm like, oh, I have to replace somebody. Who's it gonna be? Because I
Well,
plan on having all their amiibos, you know?
Yeah.
and like for me, I want to know what their house looks like. I want to know if
Yeah.
it's gonna fit on my island, so it's gonna be tricky at first.
Yeah, that house exterior is huge. I can't wait to
Yes.
see what they look like.
We're gonna see. I'm excited. Though I guess with the update, we can change that. So I guess it doesn't matter.
Maybe. I mean, we don't know how much we're going to be able to change with our
Yeah.
villagers in the future, so guess we'll find out.
We'll find out. Islander Skate says, I think Petri is my favorite of the new villagers. I think it's awesome to have another new villager with a science aesthetic, and she has such a cool story, which is so exciting. So I think that Skatey's talking about the backstories that came out with Pocket Camp this week. Which we'll have to kind of deep dive into maybe next week. But they not only did we get their personalities confirmed, but it gave like a little backstory of who they are, which is adorable. They
Oh,
need to do that with
nice.
all of the villagers.
Yeah.
It would take forever, but
Yeah.
it's cute.
Pocket Camp has been doing a really good job about building profiles about each character. I've been impressed with it as I log in again and start playing, mostly to get like all of the little 4th anniversary celebration things and all
Yeah.
the crossover things. So yeah, the Pocket Camp's worth checking out if you want to get like a little bit more of about a character.
Nice. William Stout said, I absolutely love Ioni. I love looking at the stars in pictures of galaxies. Plus, my favorite animal type is the squirrel. Ooh, then that's perfect for
Aw.
you for sure. Yeah, she's a popular one.
I've always
Yeah.
seen them as chipmunks. I'm sorry. I think they've got stripes, most of them, right? Maybe not.
Squirrels maybe can have stripes sometimes.
Maybe.
All right, so Islander Halogen said, Shino has a level of pure style that I could only dream of achieving. She is definitely my favorite out of the newcomers. Yeah, she's one stylish deer, for sure. She's got a really cool bonsai tree outside of her place, too, and I need that in my
Ooh,
life.
Cool. Jill says, the more obvious answer is Shino, but also cephalopod. Yay, we finally got cephalopod in here. There's now, what, 4 octopuses? Ooh,
Yeah,
let me
Oh,
fourth,
yeah.
finish.
fourth
Yeah.
one in the game.
She also says, I'm also an advocate for more octopus villagers. I hope we'll eventually have one for each personality type. That's the
Ah.
goal right there. Yes. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And then, actually, wait, is it 5 though? Because even though it's not in New Horizons, wasn't there a Splatoon octopus that was added?
Yeah, that's true. There was Inkwell, who's a Splatoon octopus that was in
true,
that game.
True.
But so 5 octopi now. Hopefully, we get some more.
Yeah,
in the
they're
future.
so unique. We definitely need more.
Nice. And Kayla Bishop said, Marlo, his look is perfect for the cranky personality. Can't wait for him to hurt my feelings. I mean, that's what they do, and that's why we love them, so that's okay.
You don't want to get on Marlo's bad side for sure.
No, his people will come for you.
Yeah. So, I mean, this time next week, we'll be playing this update. It's going to be amazing. There's going to be all this new stuff to do. We're going to take it slow through the game.
Yes.
We'll be talking about it week after week, going into more stuff as we podcast along here. But I'm excited. I'm so ready for this. Nina, Sergio, I want to ask both of you on a
Hello.
scale from 1 to 10, 10 being the most hype and 0, 1 being no hype at all. Where are you on that scale right now? Sergio, give us yours first.
I'll say 9, and I'll tell you why it's not a 10. It's only because 10 was for New Horizons. So
Ah.
Oh, the actual
it's not the
release.
same bar, but yeah, 9 for sure.
That's a good point. Nina, where are you?
I mean, I don't like numbers, so I'm rather high. Like further down the alphabet. But I mean, it has just put me in a good mood the past week, which was Halloween week. So my students were off the walls, and I just would go home and play Animal Crossing, and it's gotten me back into the game, and I'm getting my island ready, and it's nothing can drag me down right now. It's good.
Nice.
That's awesome. I'm glad. I'm glad it's like, you're just looking forward to it and everything. I'd say I'm also at a 9 right now, but not because it's not like me saving the 10 for New Horizons coming out. It's just because it's not the night before. Because I know the night
Yeah.
before, that's when my hype is like saved for,
Oh.
Like once it's right there, I'm just like, come on, can you just update, please? I can't go to bed like this. Yeah. Well, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of Haken, an Animal Crossing podcast. If you're sad to see us go, join us over on Discord. You can talk with other people who love Animal Crossing as much as you do, including Sergio, Nina, and me. Want to support Haken in a bigger way and tell us your answers in the Haken Islander Corner? Head over to patreon.com/ChuyPlays. $1 goes a long way to making this show even better and includes tons of goodies for you to enjoy. Get a special role on Discord, read a monthly newsletter, and get many other great rewards. We really appreciate the support and put your money towards some great things on the show. If you're listening on YouTube, who is your favorite new villager? Reviews really help the show get discovered by more people, so please leave a review on your platform of choice and let us know how we're doing. Haken is a wild production brought to you by Chuy, Sergio, Nina, and all of our patrons. We thank you for listening, and we hope you have a great week.
Goodbye, everybody.
See you all next time.